When you look at a map of the world, what do you see? Probably continents, right? But all that blue, that's not just empty space between the land. It's a single, massive, living system that basically runs our entire planet. So, let's dive in and take a global tour of our one world ocean. First, let's just get the scale of this right. 71%. That's how much of our world is covered by water. It's the engine of our planet, it's the source of our weather, and for most of us, it's hiding in plain sight. And here's the most important idea to grab onto. While we give the oceans different names, Pacific, Atlantic, Indian, they aren't separate. They're all connected. It's one giant, continuous body of water. So what happens in one part, well, it affects every other part. This is the world ocean. Okay, let's start our tour with the absolute heavyweight champion of the world, the Pacific. It isn't just big, it's a force of nature that just dwarfs everything else. I mean, the sheer scale here is kind of hard to wrap your head around. The Pacific covers a third of the entire planet. It's so deep that you could drop Mount Everest into the Mariana Trench and it would still be covered by more than a mile of water. And all along its edges, you've got the Ring of Fire, this hotbed of volcanoes and earthquakes. But the Pacific isn't just about geology. It's our climate regulator. Think of it like a massive planetary battery, storing and releasing huge amounts of heat from the sun. And when it breathes just a little differently, we get huge weather events like El Niño and La Niña, which can cause massive droughts in one part of the world and devastating floods in another. All right, so from the vastness of the Pacific, let's hop over to the Atlantic. This is the ocean that connected the old world and the new, and for centuries, it's been the backbone of global trade. So, yeah, the Atlantic might be second largest, but it's by far the world's busiest highway. It has the densest shipping lanes on the entire planet. And geologically, its defining feature is the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, a massive underwater mountain range that runs right down the middle. And its role in our climate is absolutely brilliant. The Atlantic has this current called the Gulf Stream. It's like a giant conveyor belt, pulling warm water from the tropics way up north. This is exactly why a city like London has a pretty mild winter, while parts of Canada at the same latitude are completely frozen. It's all thanks to that warm water delivery service. So here's a really simple way to think about how these two oceans work geologically. The Pacific's Ring of Fire, that's where the old ocean floor is actually being destroyed, plunging down under the continents. But the Atlantic's Mid-Atlantic Ridge is the opposite. It's where brand new ocean floor is being created, literally pushing the continents apart. Two incredibly powerful opposing forces. Okay, next stop on our tour. We're heading to a uniquely warm and dynamic body of water, the Indian Ocean. This isn't just water, it's a seasonal engine that dictates the rhythm of life for billions of people. Its most defining feature is its temperature. It's the warmest major ocean on the globe. And all that warmth, all that energy, powers one of the most important climate events on Earth, the monsoons. And this is exactly why it matters so much. Every year, its currents reverse, and that brings the monsoon rains. Those rains are the lifeblood for farming all across South Asia. So the health and the rhythm of this one ocean directly impact the food security for a huge chunk of the world's population. All right, from the warmest ocean, we now travel to the coldest and wildest. Welcome to the Southern Ocean. It's this powerful, icy ring at the bottom of the world that connects all the other major oceans together. The Southern Ocean is just a place of extremes. It's home to the Antarctic Circumpolar Current, which is the strongest current on Earth, flowing completely uninterrupted around the globe. And, super importantly, its cold, dense waters make it a vital carbon sink. It literally pulls huge amounts of CO2 right out of the atmosphere. Because it's so remote and so directly connected to Antarctica's massive ice sheets, this ocean is a critical lab for scientists. If you want to understand the future of sea level rise and the real pace of global warming, you have to study the Southern Ocean. It's like our planet's early warning system. For our final destination, we're going all the way to the top of the world, the Arctic. It's the smallest ocean, sure, but its role as the planet's air conditioner makes it hugely important and, unfortunately, incredibly fragile. The whole story of the Arctic is its sea ice. This vast sheet of white acts like a giant mirror, reflecting the sun's heat back into space and helping to keep our whole planet cool. But here's the really dangerous feedback loop that's happening right now. As the planet warms, that reflective ice melts. Less ice means the darker ocean absorbs more heat, which, you guessed it, causes even more warming and melts more ice. And this isn't just a climate issue. It's opening up new shipping routes and access to resources, which is creating a lot of new geopolitical competition in the region.
So we've toured the 5 basins, but let's bring it all back home. The world ocean isn't just a collection of different places. It's our planet's single beating heart. It's our life support system.
And let these next few numbers just sink in for a minute. 90%. Without the ocean absorbing the vast majority of extra heat we've created, the air temperature on land would be catastrophically, unlivably hot. On top of that, it's absorbed about a quarter of all the carbon dioxide we've ever pumped into the atmosphere. It's our planet's biggest carbon sink, and it's been actively cleaning up our mess and slowing down the pace of climate change for us. And this one might be the most surprising of all. We always thank the rainforests for the air we breathe, right? But tiny marine plants called phytoplankton produce about half of the world's oxygen. That means every second breath you take right now comes from the ocean. But this life support system is under immense, unprecedented stress. As the ocean absorbs our heat and our carbon, it gets warmer and more acidic. And that's not all. We're also dealing with massive challenges from plastic pollution, overfishing, and the destruction of critical habitats like coral reefs. All of these threats are tangled together.
So we've seen that the oceans aren't just some feature on our planet. They are the heart of it. They regulate our climate, they provide our oxygen, they sustain life itself. Which leaves us with a final, really crucial question to think about. The oceans gave us life. What will we give them back?